If you like what you see, why don't you think about subscribing? And make sure to check out my channel for videos just like this. What's going on, folks? It's MrBucketlist here, and today I'll be showing you all the full and complete guide to the Celebrity Ascent. Let's check it out. So starting off with the breakdown of this video, first it will be a full walking tour of everything on the cruise ship. So I literally go deck by deck showing every single area and also give some narration about what you're seeing as well. Now that does also include both a room tour, so a full room tour of what I had. I had a solo infinite veranda balcony room, so that's going to be included, and then also the different venues that had like entertainment and stuff like that. So I can't show the full shows themselves, but I will show clips of the different shows in the entertainment venues so you all can see exactly what they were. By the way, those shows were amazing. Then after that, I'll be showing a full walkthrough of all the different food I had on board. So that's going to include both the main dining room and then also the premium buffet and the different little eateries around as well. There's a lot of food in this cruise ship. It's all phenomenal. So I definitely want to highlight that. Then lastly, there will be a quick internet test. A lot of people like to either work from cruise ship or post or stream from cruise ships. And so I actually did have the Wi-Fi on this cruise ship, the premium Wi-Fi. So I do want to show how it works just in case you're curious and you want to know basically if it's useful or not. Outside of that, there will be timestamps in this video, so if you want to jump around from section to section, please do so. And then also, I did do a full documentary on this cruise ship, which means a full review. A lot of people didn't see it because YouTube does not push my videos. I don't do enough clickbait, so they just say forget it. But if you're curious about that, please, it's a really good video. I had a great time. I'll put that on the link in the description and then also in the comments as well. Hope you all enjoyed this video. It's MrBucketlist. I'll see you soon. So as we start this tour, I actually want to give you all a little bit of the behind the scenes of what was going on. So clearly, as you can see, this video is lopsided. Now that's not intentional. What took place was my gimbal actually broke almost as soon as I started this tour. So I was like freaking out trying to figure out what to do. Then finally I just said, you know what? I got to get this done. So I just did it handheld. So unfortunately, my video will not be buttery smooth like usual. And now you see why. Now, when it comes to people that are staying in standard fare cabins, so not a suite or anything like that, like myself for this cruise, they do have 4 different included main dining room restaurants. And so they're free of charge, they're no upcharge, anything like that. And the difference between them is they all have their signature items. And so as of right here, you all can see this is Tuscan. Tuscan is one of the Italian restaurants on board. And so again, like I said, they all have their own signature items, but then they also share the same menu in case you just want to get something standard that's across all the restaurants. So it's a pretty cool setup, and obviously, as you all can see, these restaurants are beautiful. Now, I thoroughly enjoyed all of these restaurants. They were just so, the service was amazing. They were nice and elegant and classy. The food came out very quickly. It was just, altogether was a really good experience. Plus, they didn't do like certain cruise lines where they make you sit with other people. I don't even think they gave me the option to sit with anybody else. They just kind of let me do my own thing. And so when I did dine solo, I was by myself. And then when I had my friend with me, we ate together a couple of times. But either way, like I said, the restaurants were really good. Now, again, this cruise was actually recorded on the second ever sailing. So right after the inaugural sailing, that was our cruise. So it was a short cruise. It was 3 days. There were a lot of different vloggers on the cruise. I guess it's all short cruise. It was a good deal, so they were on there. I am not someone to kind of group with other vloggers, so they won't be in my documentaries and they won't be in this video. They're nice people, but I just kind of do my own thing. That's why I solo cruise. So just to kind of make you all aware. With that said, this is like the guest services, concierge lounge, things like that. I had no reason to use this, so this is the only time I came over here when it was closed, but it is a nice area, as you all can see. Celebrity does things very well, so again, there was no reason for me to really use it, but if you need it, here it is. Now, I was not in the concierge class, so I couldn't use the lounge. I think if I wanted to, I really don't know what it was for, to be honest. It was just here. But again, like I said, this is something I didn't use, but it was a nice area. Again, everything is nice and clean. And then we are finally at the Grand Plaza. Now, this is the area I use quite a bit. As you all can see, it's just like the rest of the ship. It's beautiful, it's grand in scale. It was nice. It was so nice. They always had something going on outside of this time. If you all don't know, I record my videos like this around 4 to 5 o'clock in the morning, so that's why everything's closed. But I mean, just look at this. This is just, oh, I mean, during the day when stuff was going on, it was nice, but to be here when everything shut down, you can just truly see the beautiful work that they put inside this ship, and just it was just amazing. It was just a really nice ship, nice quality, beautiful, well done. Bravo, Celebrity Cruises. Now, another thing I do want to mention about this cruise ship is there was so many spaces on this ship. So unlike other cruises where you kind of have to fight for your seats and get there early and stuff like that, that was not the case whatsoever. I think even if this ship was at full capacity, I still don't think it would be an issue. If I'm not mistaken, our sailing was close to about 60% capacity, so a little bit over half. But again, I mean, as you all can see, there is just seats everywhere. I mean, even when this place was packed, and I'll probably show some clips of it when it was, there was still plenty of places to sit and just chill. It was nice. Y'all, look at all these people for the silent disco. This is nuts. I've been to like maybe 10 of these things, and I've never seen this many people. Oh, that's what's up. So going back to the restaurants, I mean, this ship is packed. There are so many freaking restaurants on this cruise ship, included and for an upcharge. And so for me, again, this was a 3-night sailing, so there was no point in paying for any type of upcharges when there was more included restaurants on board than there was actually nights on the cruise for us. So I'll definitely be doing them again, probably on the Beyond, because I don't repeat ships. So I'll probably be on the Beyond, and I'll check out the surcharge, the specialty dining, things like that. But regardless, like I said, there was a lot. And then, of course, there's a lot of shopping as well. And I mean, high-class stuff. I mean, all cruise ships have almost luxury stores and things like this. But again, this is the Ascent. This is Celebrity. So, I mean, it really felt like I was walking through an actual, like a premium mall or something like that. It was pretty nuts. Again, what I just adore about this cruise ship is, of course, everything is new. And so, I mean, it just really looks like you're walking through a new facility on land. It just... I mean, certain times you feel like you're on a cruise ship, but for the most part, you feel like you're in like some high 5-star resort. I just thoroughly enjoyed just everything about this cruise ship. Now, once again, we have a different dining venue. This time it's going to be Cyprus. Now, when I went here, I'll be honest, this was the meal I enjoyed the least. It's just because of the food that was on offer. And so I got my standard, my escargot, which I don't mind. But the octopus and then whatever this was, I think this was lamb, it just wasn't the best. And so, I mean, I'm not going to say it was nasty, but it was more of the choices that were on offer. I wanted to be different. I should have just got something from the classics menu, but I wanted to be different, and I paid for it because it was pretty unique. I wouldn't say it was nasty, but it was pretty just, y'all get what I'm saying. Cosmopolitan. Now, this place I thoroughly enjoyed. Oh my god. So I didn't go here for dinner because again, it was a 3-night cruise and 4 different restaurants. So I came here for lunch, and I'll show my meal in a little bit. But just the vibe in this place, just the food, everything. So this is technically the more American style restaurant that they have on board, and so they have an American menu. And so you all have seen a little bit what I got, but yeah, this probably was my favorite restaurant on board for the looks, the food, for everything. I just hate that I only came here for lunchtime. But this is my meal. These mozzarella sticks are some of the best I've ever had in my life. This was okay. It was like a pulled pork sandwich, but this steak right here, oh my god, it was amazing. Probably the best steak I've ever had. And it was weird because it was like a lunch steak. It wasn't even like from a specialty dining restaurant. Now, of course, you have the casino. I'll probably end up letting the music play for this one because I don't know anything about gambling. As I always say, I have gambled one time in my life, and that was more than enough, so I'll never do it again. But this one was very nice, and if I'm not mistaken, they also have one of the smokeless areas as well, where basically you're not allowed to smoke. Honestly, I don't even know if you're allowed to smoke in this one because I didn't really smell that smoky smell unless they have like a really good ventilation. But again, it was really nice. This place was almost like a club at night. Now, of course, I didn't come here during the nighttime because you can't record while people are gambling. But it was like, I kept hearing all this cheering and music. I'm like, what is, I thought it was like a party going on. It was from the casino. So if you're a gambler, this is definitely a casino for you. It is pretty large, as you all can see. A good variety of stuff, and it gets very active during the nighttime. Plus, they got an ATM. Now, again, this is one of the many bars on this cruise ship. I think I went to maybe 2. I'm not a person to sit at the bar. I'll grab a drink and just take it somewhere and go somewhere else. But if you are a bar type of person, if you want to do a bar crawl, this is definitely the ship for you. Just don't plan on getting a drink at every one of the actual bars, because you will end up dying. I mean, it's just so many bars on this cruise ship, and they're all pretty nice. They're all unique as well, as far as like what they have to offer. So like couches or TVs or views. I mean, whatever you want, they have a type of bar there for you. And then again, this is one of the specialty restaurants. I didn't go here. I really didn't realize it existed until I started doing this tour. But this is one of the French restaurants. Now they do have an included French style restaurant that I went to. That said, that was the one I really didn't like that much. But if you don't want to go to that one of the main dining room restaurants, you can go there. So this is specialty. And then right here is the photos. Again, I don't really mess with photos, so I do my own thing. But if you're one of the people that loves to get professional photos, they actually had a couple of options. So of course you can come here if you get like photos around the ships. But I'll show in a little bit. They also have a professional photo studio where you can go inside to get little backgrounds and stuff like that. It's actually pretty cool. Then of course you have your shore excursions desk as well. Now for me, I actually didn't, this is the first cruise I've ever done where I didn't actually do an excursion. So we went to Nassau. I've done Nassau more than enough, so I just kind of skipped it. But if you have any issues with your shore excursion, you see that little desk right there. That's where the shore excursion manager is usually at. You come there and talk to them, or if you want to book some, you just do it with these little tabs. And then this is the film studio I was talking about. Now I couldn't go in because it was closed, but if you want professional pictures done, you would come here. And then of course you have your futures cruise desk. I don't really mess with these that much because I kind of spontaneously just book cruises. But again, if you're someone that loves to book stuff way in advance and love to get the discount, this is where you'll come to get your future cruise. Now, something else I really don't mess with, but I always want to kind of show people, is the actual shops on board. So you have, of course, you have jewelry, you have like items like GoPros, drones, stuff like that, cameras, then you have your clothing. Again, it felt like you were walking through a mall. And then right here you have the club. So unfortunately, if you walk one floor up, my room was right above the space right here. So I mean, I could hear bass here and there, but it wasn't as bad as other ships. But this club was actually very nice. It's very similar to the music hall on Quantum class ships on Royal Caribbean. So I did enjoy that. The venue does switch up. So I mean, they had like a magic show here. They had like a game show here. They had a video game like playoff here. They had a disco here. Of course, every couple of hours there's something different. I do appreciate it. Now, of course, when I was here, again, it was about 4 o'clock in the morning. So it was just a guy vacuuming here. But as you all can see, again, a lot of seating, multiple levels. It's a very nice area. Now, this, I will say, this area actually did run out of seats for the disco and for the game show. And so people had to kind of stand up. Then they got to a point where they just told people, hey, we're pretty much at capacity. So that is something to keep aware of when it comes to this club. But either way, it's a nice place to come and chill, get some drinks. It's got a bar. It's really nice. Now we have made it to the theater. This theater was amazing. Oh my God. So just, it took the best of Club 270 off of the Quantum class ships and made the actual theater interesting. And so for me, after going to an aqua theater on the Oasis class ships, it was like going to a regular theater is just boring. But I mean, after you go to Club 270, which is that theater that has a 270 panoramic view and just the screen, as you all can see, it took that same concept and put it into the actual regular theater for this type of ship. And so the only difference is this one doesn't have that see-through glass, so you can't see the actual sea and stuff like that. But it's kind of a good thing because it's not see-through, and I really enjoyed it. And then as you all also saw, I mean, that show, I mean, the shows in there they had were all phenomenal. These are all stuff you can find on my YouTube channel. So if you want to see that particular show or any of the shows that we had on our cruise ship, I'll have the links in the description, or you can just come to my actual channel and just look at the actual videos themselves. They're all listed there. Every show on this cruise ship I enjoyed, every party, everything I enjoyed on this cruise ship. I didn't have one thing that said, you know what, I can't stand this. Like, it was an amazing cruise. That's just the best way to put it. Here we are now in the art gallery. Again, this is something I really don't mess with, but as usual, I'm here to show you all everything. Now, one thing I didn't realize was they had things where VIP events and things like that where it's so VIP, you can't even see what it is unless you go to the event. So I did think that was pretty cool. And this was also pretty cool as well for them to not have to move the art and stuff like that every day. So on other cruise ships, including other Royal cruise ships, literally you'll have like a pop-up art gallery, and then if you doing a tour in the morning like I am, you'll see the workers like kind of moving around and moving the pictures out the way and stuff like that. But this is a permanent art gallery that's always going to be there. So basically, if you want to walk around, want to take a look and come back, when it's actually open, they'll have somebody kind of walking through the art and asking for your offer and things like that. It's pretty cool. Okay, so here we have another bar, the World Class Bar. Now this is a bar I walked through. I saw some vloggers hanging out there. I didn't actually stop by to speak with them, but apparently this is a nice little hangout spot. Now one thing I did enjoy was the views. So again, this main atrium area, it's just it was so nice. And so you can go from deck 3, 4, 5, 6, multiple decks. You can go to that area. So I did enjoy that. Then they also have this specialty restaurant right here as well that looks like a seafood restaurant. It had like lobster, shrimp, crawfish, just all this different really fresh fish when you first walk out. So I'll make sure to throw that in the video itself. But that was pretty cool as well. Now this is actually one of my favorite spots on the cruise ship. Just even the entrance is amazing. So this is the beautiful Eden. These ships, these Edge class ships, are known for this Eden area, and oh my god, I mean, it took me forever to find it. I don't know why, I just could not find it for some reason, but when I finally did, it really felt like I was walking to like a Garden of Eden. It was amazing. I mean, look at this. like what is this? It's just amazing. So definitely make sure you check out Eden if you get the chance. Again, for me, I actually found it on the last day, so it kind of sucked. But once I went there, I was hooked. The unfortunate part was I did not go here to eat, but it's just so much back here. Check it out. Now, right here is actually the restaurant Blue. So if you're in the suite class, aqua class, just if you're one of the higher fare classes, you can come here to basically eat. The food looked amazing. I've seen pictures of it. I didn't go in there, but just kind of FYI. And here we are officially in Eden. Now this is very similar to Central Park, where they actually do have real plants in here. And so when I was first looking, I was like, oh, they look like they're fake. I didn't touch them, but they just had that fake look to them. And then some of the employees walked by me. I saw them like watering the plants and picking weeds and stuff like that. I'm like, oh man, this stuff is actually real. So just kind of keep that in mind. These are real plants. So if you're a nature lover, this is for you. Now, one thing I didn't mention is Eden is at the back of the cruise ship, so just like Club 270 on the Quantum class ships on Royal, it has some beautiful panoramic views. And I mean, I came here for the sunrise, I came here for the sunset. It was pretty amazing. And then just like Club 270 again, the whole atmosphere changes depending on the time of the day. So as you all can see, this is what it looks like during the nighttime. Now we have finally made it to the famous magic carpet. Now, as far as this magic carpet, I didn't do the restaurant portion of it. I'm honestly not really sure how that works out, but I did check it out. It is pretty cool how it moves around. I was not on there when it actually went from floor to floor. But as far as actually just walking inside the magic carpet area with the bar, you literally just walk straight in. So I thought you would need reservations and something like that. That's not the case. As you can see, the doors open. You just walk in, you come find a seat, you just chill. There is some bartenders and things like that to get you some drinks, but it's pretty cool. Now back to the Grand Plaza. I did enjoy this. This is almost like a walkway bridge area. Again, it was just, I mean, I think that had to be my favorite part of the ship. So between that and Eden, they both were pretty amazing just because of the views and the scale and everything. Now here you have the Fine Cut Steakhouse. Again, I had that tremendous steak inside of the main dining room. So, I mean, I get why people do specialty dining because I do it myself, but there are certain times I just feel like it's not necessary, and at least for this type of cruise, it wasn't necessary. That steak was literally the best steak I've ever had, and it was during lunchtime. It was pretty crazy. Again, just look at those views, y'all. Wow. Now around here as well is one of the cafes, is one of the bakeries. This is included, and so I walked up and I brought out my card to go ahead and swipe it to go ahead and get one of these little things for breakfast. He was like, "Oh no, it's included." And so if you want to get something quick without having to go to the buffet or the main dining room, here you go. Okay, so welcome to my room tour of number 225 on deck 6, Celebrity Ascent. Let's do it. Alright, so when you first walk in, as you can see, all the lights are pretty much turned off. So over here you actually have a digital, just kind of a readout. So it has your temperature, but also your lights as well. So let's go ahead and turn everything on. There we go. Now right here we actually have our bathroom. Before we get to the bathroom, we do have a closet over here. Oh, wow. Yes. So a bathrobe. Every room does come with a bathrobe. This thing is thick, y'all. So just keep that in mind. This is a solo infinite veranda room. So basically a solo room with a partial balcony in a way. Now of course I don't like to show myself, so I kind of pan around over here. But here is your bathroom. Now this bathroom is very spacious for a solo room. As you can see down there, it actually has an outlet down there. High quality stuff as well, as far as like toiletries and things like that. Your toilet, very nice sink, and then this also has a glass shower. So none of that nonsense with the curtain like I saw on Carnival. It's actually really nice, very good size. Okay, then when we come over here, we have a mini bar. Now these waters do cost money, so don't drink them if you think you want them for free. You gotta pay for it. But that's that. And then you have a mini bar right here. It comes fully stocked, but this is something they charge for. And then over here they have a safe. Got a safe, laundry bag, things like that. Alright, and then if we come on over here, they actually have a desk. The good sized desk is nice and off to the side, so it's not in the way. And over here they actually have a power outlet box. So you got this one right here, then your standard plugs, USB plugs. So all together, technically, that's 5 right there. And then you got 1 in the bathroom already. So we already got 6 plugs. Again, this desk is a nice size. It's not a little stool, it's an actual seat. So that's good. Nice little mirror right here as well. Room phone and everything. And then right here is your bed. Now this is a queen size bed. What they do is they push both twins together. So you do have a queen size bed. And then as you can see, it's right in front of the TV. I can tell right now it's probably about a 55-inch TV. So a good size TV as well. Samsung, so high quality TV. And then as you all can see, they actually have this screen right here. But again, this is an infinite veranda room. So basically a somewhat of a balcony type of room. So let's go ahead and open it up and see what's in here. Oh, you gotta push forward, not pull out, by the way. And there you go. Now mine is partially blocked. I didn't know that until I walked in here, but it's whatever, I don't really care. But there it is. So this adds in just different, just extra room. This is really nice. I mean, this is really nice. And as you all can see, this window goes down. So I'll go ahead and give you all a tour of it in a little bit. But before I do, this is the pan of the entire room. So boom, not bad at all. Okay, so now when it comes to this, let's go ahead and try to bring this down. I believe it's the one on the right. Let's see. It is. So you just hold this button right here. And it goes from being a window to actually being outside. Now obviously this thing is pretty loud, but again, I'm in this room, at least for right now, I'm in here by myself, so it's not a big deal. But bang, you now have balcony. Wow. Crazy. And then right here, they got their sensors. So say for example, if it's coming down, your finger's in the way, it's gonna stop if the sensor picks it up. So I'll give you all a taste of that. I'm trying to put it up. It's not going up.
5 hours later.
Alright, so we already have issue number 1. For whatever reason, my veranda will not go up. I don't know what's going on here. So I've tried all the buttons. This is how you put it down. For whatever reason, now it's not going up. So this is Mr. Bucket List from the future. So apparently that little sensor that I showed earlier has to be spotless for this window to work. So when I had briefly touched it, just to let you all know that, hey, if anything blocks it, it's going to stop the window. My natural oil with my fingers completely blocked the sensor. And so I can verify that because when I had my room attendant try to come and help me out, he put his finger on there as well, and it still didn't work. And so he was like, yeah, that's how you usually just try to clean it. But again, I was the first person in this room, so no one's been putting that window up and down. And then eventually, I guess it was like a technician or something came by with a rag, and he said nothing can be on this sensor. It has to be spotless for it to work. If not, it automatically stops working. So that's what took place. So there are some other flaws that I want to speak about when it comes to this cabin. But before I do, I just want to say, either way, I did thoroughly enjoy this cabin. I mean, of course, this is a solo room. So having a solo room with a veranda, infinite veranda, regardless if it's obstructed or not, is amazing for a solo traveler. So thank you, Celebrity. Thank you, Royal Caribbean brand, for presenting something like this. Can't skip over that. So to get on to my minor complaints outside of the window, as far as the room location, so as you all saw, I was on the 6th floor. If I didn't mention it, I was on 6225. This room was directly above the club, and it's actually called The Club. Obviously, that's not the best for if you're trying to sleep during the nighttime, so that's something to be aware of if you're in 6225 or the area. And then the last thing was around like later on at night or even during the day, I would always hear this draining noise. I'm like, what is this noise? It just sounded like water or something was draining, even though I hadn't taken a shower, I hadn't even been in the bathroom, like period. And you would just hear this draining noise. And so I went from just hearing a draining noise to literally my bathroom smelled like sewage. And I mean, again, I hadn't been in the bathroom, so it wasn't from me. It was coming from like the ship, like raw sewage smell. And so I smelled that before on MSC. On the pool decks, and it was that same exact type of smell actually in my cabin bathroom. So that was a serious issue. That happened on the very last night, so by then we were about to get off. I really didn't care, but if that had happened on day 1, it would have been a huge issue. So again, maybe that was just a one-time thing. I don't really know what was going on, but just kind of keep that aware. Other than that, again, this room was pretty amazing. It was a pretty good choice. I'll see you. Okay, so we have made it to the spa. Now I would actually play the lady that was giving me an official tour. I would play her audio so you all can hear what she was saying, but I mean, we were there for so long, it'd be like an additional 45 minutes of the video, so I had to kind of cut it up and chop it up and just kind of give you all a brief overview. First, as you all can see, everything in here is professional. I mean, they have doctors, they have nurses, they have licensed practitioners. I mean, they have all these different people in here who are good at their job. I mean, best of the best. And then, of course, as you all can see, everything is new, as usual. But everything is real high quality. And so, I mean, even, for example, right here, the waiting room. I mean, this waiting room is nice. I mean, it's got a nice view. I mean, everything is just, oh, man. And, I mean, I'm not, of course, I don't want to hate on Margaritaville at Sea, but I remember they were, like, trying to make some upgrades and stuff like that. And they were kind of asking me, and I'm like, I don't really know like as far as what I would consider nice on cruise ships, because I just cruise. But now after doing this cruise, there's a huge difference between what I've seen on other ships versus this one. So yeah, this spa was nice, and of course the thermal suite. Thermal suites are one of my favorite areas on ships if they have a thermal pool. Unfortunately, this one did not, and so I did not buy the thermal pass because of that. I don't know what it is. Well, actually, I do know what it is. So most cruise ships that have an adult solarium don't have actual pools inside of their thermal spas, at least when it comes to Royal Caribbean. Now MSC does, and I loved it, but unfortunately this one didn't. But with that said, this thermal suite is still pretty amazing. As you all can see, I mean, so many different areas. They got the showers, they got the steam rooms, saunas, the thermal chairs, the lounges. I mean, they even have like this huge balcony area, which I'll show in a bit. It was nice, and it was a really good price as well. I think for one day for our sailing, it was maybe, I think she said $50 or $60, or you can buy an all-week pass for like 100 and something. It was a pretty decent price for the thermal suite, like I said, for all this that's included. So I would have pulled the trigger if they included like some type of pool or something like that, but it just didn't have one, which kind of sucks. Right here was actually pretty cool. So this was a crystal room, so it's not necessarily a salt room, it's not a sauna, it's just like a crystal. I don't know how to explain it, but it was pretty cool. Then of course you have your standard sauna. Oh my god, if you love the smell of fresh pine wood, that's for you. And then this is the balcony area I was mentioning. So most thermal suites are usually in the front of the ships. This one's no different, but as you all can see, it had that huge balcony. And so, I mean, I've never seen that connected to a thermal suite on any cruise ship I've been on. So that was pretty cool. And then they have a barbershop as usual. This guy was pretty cool, nice and friendly. And then they also have areas where you can buy products and things like that, standard for any cruise ship. Now, after that, we decided to go ahead and check out the gym as well. So like most cruise ships, the gym is very close to the spa. They usually share the same area, the same stairwell. This one, again, was no different. This gym is complimentary, as most cruise ships. Again, just kind of walk on in when it's actually open. So this is pretty cool. This is really cool. Of course, it's state-of-the-art everything because it's all new. And I mean, this gym was packed. Free weights, plenty of treadmills. Everything has a great view. Scales, everything. I mean, different rooms for like yoga, spin, bungee. I mean, as you all can see, let's just look at this. It's nice. So again, if you're someone that loves your spas, or if you're someone that loves your workouts, I mean, if you just love cruising, just go ahead and come on this cruise ship. It's a beautiful cruise ship. Everything that I love about cruising was on this ship. The entertainment, just the class of it, just the food, everything. They also have these little chairs as well. And then, like I said, these are the different rooms they have. So this one was the bungee rooms, if you're into that type of class. Here it is right here. And then this is also the spin room. So shout out to my homie. I call her Queen Bee, Miss Bumblebee herself. She's a gym instructor, a spin instructor, excuse me. Don't get mad at me. But shout out to her. She encouraged me to do a spin class, and I did it, and it was a great time. So right here is the adult solarium. So the age to get in here, even though they say adults, I believe it's 16 and up. As you all can see, it's nice. One thing I love about Celebrity is they actually have all chairs, everyone, at least when it's actually open, all chairs have pre-folded towels. So you usually have to go and check out a towel and do all that nonsense and return it, and they don't do that here. And the only time I have to check out a towel is when you want to take it off the ship. But if you're just around the ship, all the pool areas have towels waiting on the chair for you, and they're fresh. And so if somebody gets up and they leave their towel there, somebody will come by and clean the chair, take the towel and put a new one there. So it's actually really cool. And I just realized that I actually was using the audio, so I apologize. I'm so used to just kind of do my voiceovers, but the main reason why I do this is a lot of cruise ships have copyrighted music, and so if it's on my video, it gets flagged and stuff like that. But again, this is the adult solarium. They also have a juice bar back there as well. I didn't get to try it out because it was actually closed every time I was up here. But if you're into that, here it is. Now, again, this pool deck, oh man. It was so nice, and just everything about the ship is just beautiful. again, I highly recommend any class of this. Well, I highly recommend any one of these class of ships. So the Apex class ships, Edge class ships, excuse me, the Beyond, the Apex, and the Ascent, which is the Edge class ship. I highly recommend you all try this out. I've seen pictures of and videos of both the Beyond and the Apex, and they look very similar to this. Obviously, the same sister ships. I just happen to be on the newest one, the Ascent. Either way, like I said, these things are beautiful. If you get a chance, please check this ship out. One thing I love about the Royal Caribbean brand is these structures they have, and this one was pretty cool. They had the octopus, and it was kind of funny. My friend mentioned how it's a big difference between this one and the one that Virgin Voyages has, which I agree. One is a little bit more classier than the other. As you all can see, they have these little, like almost like cubby areas as well, and I mean, everything, again, this is all included, so none of this stuff you have to reserve. You just have to basically get there first, like most pool decks. Now there are some VIP areas which are almost like cabanas and stuff like that to the side, but for the most part, again, you really don't need it because there's just so much seating around. As you all can see, it's a very nice pool deck. Now, one thing I do want to reinforce is I will show you the areas where the buffet is at, but as far as the full buffet tour, that is going to be in the latter part of this video. So essentially, once I'm done with the actual tour of the ship, I'm going to add in my full tour of everything I had as far as food on this cruise ship. So this is a video I previously uploaded, but I went ahead and put everything in one video. So if you haven't seen that video yet, feel free to check it out. I'll put some timestamps in there in case you want to go ahead and check it out right now. But again, every meal I had on this cruise ship, outside of that one restaurant, because I had made some bad choices, but everything on here was exquisite. It was freshly prepared. Came out so fast. It was nice. And then this area right here is where they had the pool parties at. And again, this was pretty amazing as well. Now, this is another area that I actually didn't spend any time at all at outside of recording this portion of the video. So another thing that celebrity ships are known for are the rooftop grill and gardens and things like that. And this one was very nice. I mean, look at this. It was beautiful. And it was, again, they had a huge screen and plenty of seating and a restaurant. It was cool. And unfortunately, like I said, because it was a 3-day cruise, I honestly just forgot it was up here. I was doing this tour and I was like, oh yeah, that rooftop. So I went up here, but literally this is the only time I came, and so I don't know what it was like during the nighttime. I don't even know what it's like when people are actually here. But again, if you're someone that's looking for a nice place to chill, you actually want to be outside, but you don't necessarily want to be on the pool deck, this is for you. I mean, they have plenty of other places as well that's outside, but not necessarily on the pool deck. But I think this would be the best place if you just want to kind of chill and still kind of feel like you're doing something, but not necessarily listen to loud music and deal with a lot of stuff. So I'm just kind of just off of speculation because, like I said, I never actually made it there, but it was pretty cool. that is going to wrap up this walking tour. So I hope you all enjoyed this video. Now I will include the full dining tour, including this video afterwards. So that's what the remaining time is going to be for. If you haven't seen it, if you've already seen this, is pretty much the end of it. But again, thank you all. I do have a documentary coming up for this cruise. Like I said, it was a short cruise, so it's going to be a shorter documentary. But I thoroughly enjoyed it. I just wish it was longer. If you can continue to please support the channel. There's a lot of different vloggers and stuff uploading from this particular cruise. And of course, my videos always get buried under them because of my thumbnails not being clickbaity. So if you all don't mind sharing this video, because as you can see, it did a lot of work on this thing. But again, the main thing, I just hope you all enjoyed it. So I guess I'll be seeing you soon. It's Mr. Bucket List. Peace out. As you continue to watch this video, I do highly recommend that you stay around for the buffet section. They had something called a seafood extravaganza, and so not only seafood, I mean it had lobster, shrimp, crawfish, things like that, but it also had filet mignon, sirloin steak, lamb, duck, pork. It was just so much, so I highly recommend you all see that portion. Now it was extremely busy, so it's kind of hard to get some camera angles, but I did my best. Enjoy the rest of the video. Okay, so let's do a quick internet test here on the Ascent. So signing in is very easy. All you do is just type in your username, and then you switch to whatever device. If you only have one device like I do, if you have a couple, you don't have to do this step. Alright, so that's pretty much it. Premium full. So this is the highest package you can get. Let's go ahead and check out the actual internet speed. Okay, so here we are at the tab for internet speed test. Just go ahead and click the run speed test button. Again, this chip does tout that it has Starlink by Elon Musk, and so this is a real deal, real in time network speed test. And as you all can see, I mean, it's not, man, it is not the fastest. I'll be honest, when I was on Odyssey of the Seas, which is older than this ship, it was at like 15, 20, 25. This one's barely over 4. This is kind of crazy. But there you go. It's the home speed of space in Atlanta. Again, this is on Starlink, and to prove I'm using their internet, there it is right there. Wi-Fi guest medium on the Ascent, Celebrity Ascent. Alright, so same process. Go ahead and sign in. It's going to ask me to switch devices because this is the only one I have. So hit this button here. Press connect. Okay, there we go. Let's go ahead and test out the speed. Okay, so I wanted to go ahead and do this test on my cell phone. The reason being is that computer I showed you all earlier is almost a travel laptop. I just use it just to primarily browse the internet and also just basically save my pictures and video footage on there. It's a Chromebook. So with that said, the technology isn't that good in it, but the cell phone does have Wi-Fi 6 capability. It's a Samsung S22 Ultra. As you all can see, the speeds are a little bit better, but they're not great. Again, it's still mind-blowing that I was on Odyssey of the Seas, which is an older ship by the same company, and it literally got about 15 to 20 download and then about 18 to 26 upload, which is really crazy. So this is just something to keep in mind if you do plan on working from this ship or doing anything from the ship. These are the speeds you're going to be getting.